channel. My name is Zoe, and today I am super excited because I am doing a book haul. I feel a little guilty doing this book haul because so many people are doing unhauls right now because of Marie Kondo, and I am not doing an unhaul right now. I will be soon, but right now I'm just doing a good old-fashioned haul. I received so many awesome books for Christmas, and then my birthday is later in January, so I just figured I would do both of them together. I got lots of books for my birthday and for Christmas, so that is what I'm going to be telling you guys about today. I'm really excited because I got so many good books. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump on in. The first book gift that I received for Christmas was from my husband, and he did so good because he got me Harry Potter! I'm not one who read Harry Potter as a child, and I regret it. But I did read them in college on my e-reader, but I never got the physical copies, and I've been dying to have them on my shelves, and he was amazing and got me the little box set of the hardcovers, and I'm just in love with them. I want to reread them now so badly, so you guys know what this book is. There's no point in me explaining the series. That was just a great way to start off my holiday season. One of the next books that I got for Christmas was from one of my friends in my book club, and that was The Final Six. This is by Alexandra Monaire. I talked about getting this book in my Christmassy reading vlog that I posted in December, and I'm just really excited to read this. I'm not usually one for sci-fi, but I find myself often pleasantly surprised by sci-fi books. This is a young adult sci-fi. Reading the synopsis kind of reminds me of like Hunger Games in space kind of vibes, so I'm really excited to pick this one up soon. I hope I can read it soon. I've got a long list of TBR now, but I really want to get to this one very soon. I received the next few books from my sister-in-law for Christmas, as she was my Secret Santa, and one of the books was Under Rose-Tainted Skies by Louise Gournal, and I have been dying to read this book probably since I got on BookTube. A lot of people talked about this. I had never read it. It looks absolutely beautiful. This is a YA contemporary that follows a 17-year-old girl who is plagued by anxiety. She's extremely afraid of just any possibility of something bad happening, and so her life is pretty much run by her anxiety. One day she meets a boy. It's one of those stories, and he seems to help her kind of overcome some of those fears and her anxiety, and I'm really excited to read it. It sounds really sweet, and I hope it's done well. I hope the rep is done well, and I'm looking forward to getting into this one soon. Another book that my sister-in-law got me was Sourdough by Robin Sloan, and I'm actually reading this one right now. It's basically about a woman who works in Silicon Valley for this tech company, which I love because I work for a tech company in Silicon Valley. I work from home remotely in Tennessee, but I've been to San Francisco, and this just has so many San Francisco references, and it's just really fun to read about someone who I kind of find similar attributes with. One day she orders this hot soup and bread from these two brothers, and basically her world is changed because of this bread. She becomes somewhat of a baker of the sourdough bread, and it's just kind of cool to see her go from, you know, being this techie person, this programmer, to baker, and just how that kind of transforms her as a character. I'm so far really enjoying it, and I hope that it just continues to be good. It's a good one so far, but I will talk about it in my wrap-up. One of the next books that she got me was Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, and I'm really excited to read this one. This is the same author as We Were Liars. So this one sounds pretty mysterious. It's kind of a YA, I want to say mystery, maybe not so much thriller, because I'm not getting a lot of thriller vibes from the synopsis, but there's two friends, there's a murder, there's secret identities, all that fun stuff, so I'm really looking forward to getting this one soon as well. And the last book that my sister-in-law gifted me for Christmas was Wicked Like a Wildfire. This is by Lana Popovic, and I'm really excited to read this one. It's so pretty. This one follows a family that has kind of magical abilities and can sort of manipulate beauty in the world, and there's, you know, an ancient curse, and there's forbidden romance and all that good stuff. I love a good magical witchy book, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. My other sister-in-law also had me on my other family side for Christmas Secret Santa gifting, and she actually, funny enough, also gifted me Under Rose-Tainted Skies, so I do have 2 copies of that. But she also got me Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, and this is one I've been looking forward to reading for forever. I love Rainbow Rowell. I think it sounds really cute. I have heard that it tends to be a little problematic, which that's fine. I don't really have issues with reading problematic books. Like, sometimes I do, but not always. It's about 2 friends at work who are sending one another emails, and there's a guy who like monitors their emails that they send to one another at work, and I think he kind of creeps on her email and like they fall in love or something like that. It sounds kind of quirky, kind of fun, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I haven't read a Rainbow Rowell book that I haven't enjoyed yet, so I have a feeling this one's gonna be pretty good. The next few books I bought myself because I had received some money for Christmas, and one of them was Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan, and I really want to read this book. I have heard just amazing things. It's about these girls that are kind of born of like a certain caste, and then they get chosen to, I think, kind of be escorts for the king, but this one girl gets chosen and she fights back, essentially. It's just full of like girl power and magical things, and I'm all about it. The cover is gorgeous and I want to read it very soon. Another book that I gifted myself was a manga, and that is The Girl from the Other Side Volume 1. I'm not exactly sure what this is about. It's kind of like a little girl gets into the woods and she meets this kind of like scary magical fairy tale creature, and we go from there. The cover is like kind of creepy, but I'm sort of here for it. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. I also got myself another manga, which I already read because I've been loving this series, and that is the 2nd volume in the Tokyo Terroriba Girls. This is just so fun. It's kind of like Sex and the City meets manga, and I'm really loving following these 3 friends that are adults that are old and not married and don't have kids, and so they're like struggling with that, and it's just goofy and it's funny, and I really like the characters. This is probably one of my favorite mangas I've ever read so far, so I love this and I'm already dying to pick up volume 3. I was also gifted a bunch of books from my brother, who works in a church and reads a lot of books. He reads a lot more nonfiction, obviously, but one of my goals for this year is to read at least one nonfiction book a month, and so he gifted me a few books. Some of them I will return to him, they're not mine, but one of them he did give me, and that is Saturate, and this is by Jeff Vandersveld, and I'm really liking it so far. I already picked it up. This is my nonfiction read of January, and it's basically just a really good, solid book about discipleship in the church, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very poignant, it's very humbling, and if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend that. He also gifted me The Holiness of God by R.C. Sproul, Knowing God by J.C. Packer, and The Reason for God by Timothy Keller. I think one of the ones I'm really looking forward to is The Reason for God by Timothy Keller. I just have heard amazing things about Timothy Keller, and his theology is on point, and I'm really looking forward to getting into all of these in the next few months. I was also very fortunate to stop at an amazing used bookstore while I was in Wisconsin visiting for Christmas, and I picked up 2 books at the used bookstore, and that was Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, and I'm really looking forward to this. I read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng and really liked it. Her writing is so solid. This is pretty short and it sounds really good. It's about a Chinese American family living in the 1970s, and the mom and dad find out that their beloved daughter has been found dead. So it kind of uncovers those family secrets and what goes on behind maybe closed doors, and again, very excited. I'm excited for all these books. I know I say it for every book, but this was such a solid book haul. The other book that I was also able to pick up for like $2 was Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I've seen this floating around many places. I mean, it's at Walmart, Target, everywhere. Like, this is one of, I think, a really popular bestseller in mystery thriller, and I love a good mystery thriller. It's by the same author who wrote Girl on a Train, which I read years ago and absolutely loved it. It's about a single mother that turns up dead in her small town. Earlier that summer, a teenage girl had also been found that same way, and the woman's 15-year-old daughter is left behind, and I think it's just kind of uncovering that mystery. Again, excited to read this. Moving into the month of January, I received and also bought for myself a lot of awesome books for my birthday, and one of them was sent to me actually from my boss at work, and that was Thin Slices of Anxiety. This is by Catherine LePage, and I'm excited to read this. It's kind of like a little Girl illustrated, maybe coffee table book. Either way, I'm really looking forward to reading it. I think it looks really cute, and my boss gets me. I struggle with anxiety, and I just thought this was adorable, and I really like it. I picked up for myself The Similars. This is by Rebecca Hanover. It's a new book that takes place in a boarding school, and there's clones. And that's pretty much all I know, but I'm here for that synopsis. I think it sounds so interesting, and I love books that are set in boarding school, and then I don't think I've ever read anything about clones, so this sounds awesome. The next book that I picked up was Snot Girl Volume 1 by Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. This is about a girl who works, I think, in like New York for this magazine, really like high-end, awesome, cool girl, but she struggles with like allergies. That's why she's called Snot Girl, and I just think it sounds really cool. And I love graphic novels. This looks so awesome. The colors just look bomb, and I like want to pick this one up immediately after I finish filming. I just think it looks so good. I also picked up Mermaid Boy, and then I realized that I accidentally picked up the Volume 2 instead of Mermaid Boy Volume 1. I saw Miss Emma Reads a Lot get this one on her channel, and it sounded really intriguing, and I accidentally bought the second volume of this manga. So I have the second one, but I need to get the first one. It's about a boy that's a mermaid, and I'm here for that, so let's go. For my birthday, my husband brought me to one of my favorite used bookstores here in town, and I got an awesome haul. I got all 4 of these books. They're all mystery thrillers, and I think I got them all for like $22, so I'm super excited. A lot of these I've really wanted on my shelf and I've really wanted to read. That is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. I love everything by Gillian Flynn. I have heard mixed reviews about this one, but I still really want to read it. It's super short, so I might save it for a readathon. Either way, super excited to read this one. I also got The Girl on the Train. This is by Paula Hawkins. I've already read this one, but have always wanted to have it on my shelf. I'd also love to reread it. Super solid mystery thriller. The next mystery thriller I got was The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lupina. This is also really short, so I might save it. I've heard amazing things about this one. I read Sherry Lupina's other book. I can't remember the name of it. I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was definitely intriguing enough for me to continue reading some of her books. And then the last mystery thriller I picked up was The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I have never read any Ruth Ware books. I've heard amazing things. I like mystery thrillers. I got 4 awesome mystery thrillers for like 20 bucks. I am all about that. I want to dig into all of these right now. Earlier in the month of January, I ended up watching The Titanic with my husband. I grew up loving that movie. He has never seen it, and so we watched The Titanic, and I just fell in love with it all over again, and I really wanted to read a book about Titanic, so I picked up The Night to Remember by Walter Lord, and I think this is like actual survivors' retellings of what happened that night, so I'm super looking forward to reading this. I don't know if it's considered fiction or nonfiction. I'm hoping it's nonfiction, so I can count it as a nonfiction read. I'm super excited to read this. Again, I'm just very fascinated by the Titanic and what happened that night, and placing myself in people's shoes. It sounds awful, but very, very intrigued to read firsthand accounts on what happened. The last 2 books that I got, I received from my friend in book club. She was getting rid of a ton of books and asked if any of us wanted any, so I picked up from her The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. This is a super cute, I don't know if it's middle grade, maybe young adult graphic novel about a prince who likes to dress up in dresses. I am intrigued. I'm very intrigued by the friendship that might happen and just everything about it. I love good graphic novels, so this was a steal. And then I also picked up, which I'm very excited about, Night Film by Marsha Pessl. She literally gave this to me for $1. I don't know how that happened. Just true friendship, because this is an amazing book, or so I've heard, and I really loved Never Wear Wake by Marsha Pessl. I know this is a bit different, but I still really enjoyed her writing, and I've heard awesome things about this, so very excited to read this one. I think it's a mystery thriller. I don't know much about it. Someone's found dead. Someone has to figure out who did it. Love it. Alright, you guys, well, those are all of the books that I have received over Christmas and my birthday. It was so many. I feel super blessed. I cannot wait to read all of these. I am going to take a step back from, ordering a bunch of books. I am going to do an unhaul soon, and then we are going to go to Nashville to go to an amazing used bookstore in March, so I probably will pick up more books then, but I'm also going to be getting rid of a lot, so I'll be back with that video. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you like any of these books, if you don't like any of these books. Just let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!